Saw this in a movie once. Oh, my
Yeah.
fucking back!
I love how over the top this show is. Normally, I would hate that, but I just, for some reason, it hooked me in. You know.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we're back with episode 2 of Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. As previously mentioned, we will be coming back with notes and board and whatever in discussion of the episodes, but we will record these typically 2 at a time, which means every third, sixth, etc. episode. I realized that wasn't the right math, but after every 2 episodes, we'll be coming back with those things. So after this is when we'll have notes and stuff about everything we've seen so far. Since the last time, we did a quick little look-see at the broadcast commercials for Gundam Wing before it came out. I think the thing to do here in front of the second episode would be to look at what us Americans saw before Toonami came out over here, which is say, one of the Toonami bumps. And I threw it out at Lessons, and Lessons picked one. So let's go ahead and see which one he picked.
In the distant future, mankind has reached the stars, but the galaxy is troubled. What do you think you're doing? Don't fire! The Earth sphere.
Unfortunately, Toonami promo don't have subtitles, which is...
Yeah. I mean, it's the voice is Peter Optimus Prime Cullen doing the voice, which makes it that much bad.
Tell me you're a fan of Secret Galaxy without telling me you're a fan of Secret Galaxy. That's what I'm saying. That's that voice I was waiting for.
Yeah.
Mobile suits, the key to military dominance. They only hope for the colonies. 5 elite soldiers and their legendary mobile suits called...
Not really legendary. There we go. That's that sex voice.
Yeah.
There's that sex voice too.
Now, these pilots will shake the foundations of the Alliance and change the course of history.
You saw I was a kid and you underestimated me. Shouldn't be fighting at all.
If they can stay alive,
I mean, technically, if you're alive, you change the course of history because you're making history. Well, Troa's girlfriend.
It's a Gundam. I'm gonna say that this intro, it makes the show look that much more badass.
Hero points again to everybody. Doesn't mean anything.
From the Gundam universe, a new chapter
But not the Gundam universe.
Sagas of all time. Gundam Wing. Weekdays at 5:30. Suit up.
Those who have laid eyes on a Gundam shall not live to tell about it.
Well, most of them anyway.
Yeah.
I also thought it was pretty funny that it aired at 5 o'clock in Japan, but 5:30 in the United States.
Yeah, I noticed that. I mean, I said hardcore because if you're, and this is one of the things about Toonami, especially Toonami at midnight. We talked about this over other shows as well, but in the States from the very beginning, well, I'm going to put a caveat because my experience is a little bit different. Anime was localized various ways. One of the things was it was censored, right?
So you said my experience was a little bit different. It's like I killed a man and stole his anime collection. It was always hardcore from the beginning. I've been on the run since 1996.
The thing is, in the United States, because these are cartoons, they say, these are cartoons, and they have to meet the standards of the FCC. They were, for example, if that was seen and happen in the 1980s, they would say, they're fighting robots, right? That nobody would get killed when the suits get blown up, right? You wouldn't show people dying, stuff like that. So that was a change in the 1990s. The reason why it's somewhat different in where I come from, Puerto Rico, because we got Spanish language dubs, and sometimes they will leave things like nudity on them briefly, right? Or they would say people are dying, although most of the time we say, they're fighting robots or something like that. So we would get in Spanish a mix of the two, right? You see a little bit more violence and bloodshed that you would see in the American version, and nudity when it filtered in, which was rare, but it happened. But not as much as in the States. When we got English versions of shows, especially those were how can I put it? There's a term for it, but basically they got they changed all the names and made their own versions like Voltron, Robotech, stuff like that. Well, then you had the whole there were mackerel. I think that's the term used for the person who made Robotech by putting 3 shows together. Yeah, then you have all the changes. If that was the original and then got changed to Spanish, then we would get the Americanized version of it.
I don't think the name you said was right.
It's based on the last name of the person who did that.
I'm saying I can't remember his name off the top of my head either, but I would recognize it if you said it, and that's not the name that you said. So
yeah, let's say Americanized but then you had this in Toonami, especially Toonami Midnight Run, which was, more or less uncensored, as is, except for the nudity, I suppose they always censor that.
Well, the problem is you mentioned Midnight Run, and this is not Midnight Run.
No, this is average show. Well, I mean, Wing itself didn't have a lot of that stuff.
We have different advertisements for Midnight Run.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's about it. So that, they made it pretty hard. People are going to die. It was like, kids in the 19 go like, oh my God, Optimus Prime said that people are going to die? Which is ironic because one of the things that happened with the Transform movies was that Optimus Prime, spoilers, dies.
Well, a lot of them die.
Yeah, basically almost all Gen 1 gets wiped out.
That's what I just said.
Gen 2 kids.
I said a lot of them die, and you said no, as though I was wrong. The same thing.
No. I said almost all of them die.
Yeah, I said a lot. A lot of them dying and almost all of them dying is basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Gen 1 gets wiped out so that Gen 2 toys can come in, which were not as popular because all the kids were horrified in America that their big robots got murdered.
It made Duke survive.
Yeah. That's what happened in G.I. Joe movie, yeah.
Most pointedly, G.I. Joe, all Cobra members eject.
Mm-hmm.
G.I. Joe is a basically bloodless show.
And everybody fires and hits everything but other people. With lasers, too. Sometimes.
Anyway.
Yes?
No, sorry, I was thinking about how you said your experience was different, but it wasn't actually that different when you got around to describing it.
Somewhat different. I think it was more... The direct-to-Spanish dubs were more faithful to the original material, while if we got the Spanish dub of the Americanized version, then of course that wasn't as faithful.
I brought this up.
The Americanized.
I brought this up when I was rewatching for the channel Galaxy Express 999. How I was watching the Roger Corman cut of Galaxy Express 999, which ironically, because I brought this up also in the Secret Galaxy video regarding it, was released the same year as the Harmony Gold cut of Galaxy Express 999. They're 2 different cuts. 2 different Americanized cuts. One could argue the Roger Corman one was way more Americanized with, well, I don't know if you could say that. The element here is at play, Harmony Gold renamed people with Americanized names. The Roger Corman cut changed the names to be almost offensively foreign names. We're going to make it more Japanese. Or just more nonsensical. Not all characters. The main character, but not all characters. So, the element of watching an Americanized version of a show that you've never seen before and wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah.
I would say, in that realm, I've had some, your experience is not the same as mine, in that I've never seen the Roger Corman cut outside of a one-time airing on TNT in the mid-90s on an American station. It was that bad. But, I don't know. Because there was an import culture in the 90s. It just wasn't, mainstream or that big.
Yeah, passing the tapes, as it used to call back in the day. Copy of a copy of a copy.
Anyways, moving on to the episode itself. We've established Hero. We've established Relina. We've established Zex. I guess technically Trays. We've seen your boy Wu Fei. I guess technically, I don't say we haven't established him. We've seen the other 4 pilots, and they've given their names, so we haven't really established them yet because they don't get the screen time that Hero's gotten. Essentially, this episode will be that for Duo, it seems. Literally, because in the name of the episode.
Yeah, Deathscythe. Yeah.
It's the element that came up when me and Griffin were watching Overlord. The element of the show felt a lot shorter to me. When it came to Overlord, I felt like twice the length that I remembered it being, because things took twice as long to happen. Well, this show has a runtime of over 40 episodes. I don't remember it being that long. My memory of Gundam Wing is like maybe 20. And I'm not saying that because of like the whole double the length thing I just said. Like, clearly I don't remember it being like 12 episodes. I do remember in my head that it was like too long. Like, there was some things that happened that, obviously, we always said the whole over-dramatic thing. Everyone pauses and waits for the next person to say a thing. But there was also just an element of, why is this happening? Why are we here? Why do we care about these people and not those other people? So, I do remember the show being too long, but even then, I didn't think I remembered it being over 40 episodes.
We're about to find out why.
Let's go ahead and hop on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
on top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
Unfiltered.
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I do like that song a lot.
Well, of course.
Oh,
I
yes.
mean,
It has also, well, I don't think those are Vulcans. It's just straight up cannons and the.
no, what
Also-
I said in the first episode was Vulcans and below. And I think
Yeah.
the heavy arm is filled with and belows.
Yeah. Those colonies look very oppressive, by the way. They look, because there's no sunlight anywhere. It's just these walls. you
Well,
know,
I mean, we
the
know
square walls.
we know later
Yeah.
on that they are. It's fine.
Oppressive.
No, they're being oppressed. That's being oppressive
Yeah.
and being oppressed are two different things. If you're being oppressed, you're not the villain. If you're being oppressive, you are the villain.
Yeah. No, but I think the walls feel oppressive.
No, what I'm saying is that later on, obviously, we'll see that they are fine on the inside. They just look like normal colonies we've seen in every other show.
Mm.
I think it's fine from the outside. It's space on the outside. It's supposed to look different than what it is on the inside. As a reminder, we do have to talk over the opening because of copyright issues.
Mhm.
Somewhat of a reminder for you, but no longer poignant, or matters rather.
人類は宇宙コロニーでの生活に新たな希望を求めていた。
We're doing
しかし、
the 79 thing where we're repeating the thing.
No.
Intro.
It's not the same thing.
Oh, it is literally the same intro of the first episode.
I don't think so. I think the text has changed a little bit.
作戦名オペレーションメテオ。
At least I don't remember him saying with high hopes before.
Yeah.
Everything else now seems familiar again.
だが、この作戦はすでに連合本部に察知されていた。
I'm the richest, most popular girl in school. Why wouldn't he want to go to my birthday?
Yeah.
You know, in that context, Berlina's a bit of a twat.
Yeah.
Because we don't, like, have any inclination that anything bad happened to her while she was in space. She's just like, I don't want to go back to Earth. Come to my birthday party. Everyone's clapping.
Wow. The limited, limited animation frames there.
I mean, there seems to be like 80 people in that class, so I think you're
Yeah.
all her classmate. It's a dumb move from Hero, I think.
Yeah.
What if you accidentally killed another student? Your cover would be blown immediately.
The guy got the thing stuck.
じゃあ彼強いの？そうは見えないけど。
He looks like a punk, but actually he's pretty strong. Ah, their version of the underwater mobile suits.
Yeah, they're cancers.
Ah, specials, yeah.
随分手こずっているご様子で貴様に関係のないことだ差し出がましいことは重々承知です
You're a real asshole.
あまり作業がはかどらないと艦長に対する連合本部の能力査定に響くのではとふざけるな実は我々は今
His excuse is the flashing of the CRT screen was giving him epilepsy. I'm not really a dick. Just foaming at the mouth the longer I have to stare at you.
我々の潜水母艦を修理させていただきたいのですがわしの空母でかそうですその代わりと言ってはなんですが我々の最新水中モビルスーツパイシーズキャンサーをお貸ししますなるほど手柄をやるから故障のことは黙っているというんだないかがですかいいだろう早くこっちに来いはゼクス得意この艦は全く正常ですが
I knew that he was gonna say that was the next thing he was saying. There's nothing wrong with our sub.
That's what I said early on. Everything's painted out for you. There's no missing a
Yeah.
detail.
Yeah. We don't have a problem with our sub. Everything here is to show how badass Hero is, but he is a super soldier among kids, you know. Well, kids, but still kids. You know.
あれ、ヒーロくん、いないわ。え？意外に目立たないわよ、彼。あの方は馬術の授業なんて必要ありませんわ。
At least he scaled the building. No
Yeah.
gear anywhere.
That's a hell of a computer. That's a lot of. It's like an Amiga with a lot of modules attached to it, right?
耐震化用魚雷誘導追尾機の指示可能マリーナの武器庫か近いな
Oh, right. That's right. He doesn't try to recover it. He tries to destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
ヒーロー優位入学金未納クリア寄宿費未納クリア学園
He's hacking this.
クリア
I wonder how could he afford this? He's just a guy who just went from space. Oh yeah, he hacked into the computer. Of course he did.
後ほどお邪魔させていただきます。リリーナ様。
Which makes sense, actually.
リリーナ様、どうなされたんです？そんな沈まれたお顔、せっかくのお誕生日に似合いませんわ。さあ笑ってください、リリーナ様。ありがとう、皆さん。
Saw this in a movie once. Oh, my
Yeah.
fucking back!
I love how over the top this show is. Normally I would hate that, but I just for some reason it hooked me in. You know. Because it tries to be so serious, like, oh, I gotta destroy this. This is so bad, you know.
恐ろしいサスペンスでもお読みなのですかお嬢様
You silly girls and your silly threats of murder.
あれは奪われる前に俺が破壊する俺が始末する
ゼクス得意深海5500の位置に金属反応がありますよしキャンサーとパイシーズを出せ得意私に出撃させてくださ
Nope.
い
Some guy's glasses, he dropped them on vacation.
深海では勝手が違うぞ分かっていますどうかお任せください
No dolphins around for that one.
はっ
I do like this. The signs are pretty cool.
指揮は私が取る
You're inside. I don't think you need the goggles.
He's just being extra. You can retrieve enemy weapons without being fashionable. Come on.
爆発音我々と同じ震度でモビルスーツが次々と破壊されています停止しろ状況がつかめんパイシーズとキャンサーは構わん先行させる一体何が起きている
He's an asshole too. He's like, oh, I don't stop the submarine. I don't know what's going. What happened with our people? Well, they can go, keep going, see what happens.
I mean, they're the newest models. He has to have faith that his men are better than the Alliance men.
その地点に向けて爆雷投下。その進路にはゼク得意の潜水母艦があります。構わん。敵はあの若造かもしれんのだ。撃てい。
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense for the first time viewer. Like, what?
He's been antagonistic the whole time.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be part of. Well, he's supposed to be a mercenary, right?
No, even Zex refers to him as Alliance. He doesn't refer to him as the same burp that we're in.
Yeah. It's part of the special.
Also, I thought I told you to stop the sub.
Yeah.
何があったのですか。気をつけろ。近くに敵がいるらしい。まさかあのガンダムがまだ生きていたんじゃないでしょうか。まさかな。だが油断するな。
Well, that makes sense. Yeah,
It's
I don't
really
know,
weird
but-
that he got this deep and washed up on shore.
Oh, like our discussion about mountain sizes. I don't know how deep it really is. Oh, we know where what's the name? Evangelion got this scene from. That's being extra.
It turns out the helicopter was filled with retreating medical patients.
Yeah.
死ぬぜ。俺の姿を見た者はみんな死んじまうぞ。
It is pretty close to Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Your maker.
Yeah, I know.
Is it?
皆様、本日は
It's like she put on a curtain.
お集まりいただきましてリリーナはこの上ない喜びです。
Well, she's
And
supposed to
her
be
mother's beads. Like, it's not even.
誕生日おめでとうございます。おめでとうございます。皆さんありがとう。あなた、やっぱりお出かけになられるのですか？リリーナの
This manila envelope
Man.
isn't gonna deliver itself.
Yeah.
お父さん
Daddy is jacked.
リリーナ
It's like he looks like a fucking football player. Like, I'm just holding this little envelope. Don't worry about that, dear. I know you want to have more children, but please, you have to wait.
この写真
I knew it. He went to the Daft Punk concert without me. That's what I'm saying. In case you couldn't figure out what the pictures were,
Yeah.
we're not gonna let it go.
And conveniently, they don't have a band, they have a boombox. So much how rich he really is.
持っていたのよ。でもだとしたらヒーローは星の王子様。
Our prince.
What?
Okay.
いかん。リリーナさんのパーティーに遅れてしまうな。
After almost getting stabbed in the face, I'm gonna be late for the birthday party.
今のヒーロー。
まさかね。もうオズは動き始めている。間に合うか。
I mean, we've already established Oz is a thing. That's why I say it
Yeah.
doesn't, like, it's all that jarring for the Zex, that guy problem.
うちに入りたいだと。経験はあるのか。こんなものじゃ何もわからないな。
Oh, he's fearless. Or
Oh,
stupid.
Well, stupid.
よろしく。
Also stupid that the ringleader just let nothing's happen.
Yeah.
I can't afford the insurance on you getting your arm cut off.
敵ではないものに牙を向かない。獣は素直だ。
Also what food.
Yeah.
You know?
And they're being scared too. You know.
Also, famously, we just don't understand animals all the time. They do shit for random reasons.
That's her squad.
飲み物をお持ちいたしました。
ご苦労様。そこに置いといてください。
If the enemy approaches from this one specific direction, I'll know.
Ink flamingos in the middle of the desert, right? Sure, why not? I like they need a lot of water.
Well, it's not about that, actually. The problem therein is that pink flamingos are pink because of their diet. So the oasis would actually require very specific, it's like plankton or something that they eat?
Yeah, plankton, yeah. Let's get the hell out. He's paying for the truck, so get the fuck out. Okay.
So are the presents really small and small cake? Or is it a really large cake and all the presents are really big?
Yeah.
Ah, shit, somebody already got you flowers. I think it's pretty well implied by how he tore up the invitation and said, I'm gonna kill you. But even just the fact he tore up the invitation, he wasn't coming. It was literally on a road. It could have been heading anywhere.
But it's your party.
But what if we want to go home?
Well,
Have you
she's not
ever looked
driving.
at your husband?
And I think she's too fascinated with his shoulders to actually look at him in the eye.
So Gundanium isn't considered a metal to a metal detector.
我々の敵はとんでもない怪物を作ってくれた。だが、それを回収することで我々も怪物になれるわけだ。海流に気をつけろ。我々はこの深度で待機する。よし、ワイヤーとフロートを用意しろ。了解。装置か。
Oh, I thought it was literally Heroes 3 torpedoes coming down.
Yeah.
Also, I guess they have like no sensor systems on board, because they're being thrown off by the light.
Yeah. Oh, so instead of the energy weapons, they're thermal weapons.
Looks like you blew your own hand off there, buddy.
Yeah.
Back to Lieutenant Zex. No, get out of there, you fool! Do it. Where did I drop my stick? I don't think you understand what the word identical means. Also, just that easy.
Yeah.
I guess also somewhat implying that the Deathscythe could take out Wing Zero.
Yeah.
Because the scythe literally could just cut through it, apparently. Don't worry, Mr. Lima, I'll just let you wander off the cliff edge.
In the middle enemy attack. And he's gonna get his own pilot an entire submarine all by himself. And
Well,
load
no.
the torpedoes too.
I don't think he's... No, he's just commandeering the 3 missiles.
He already had them though.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he was working on them.
Yeah, at the base.
Well.
He snuck into the base, messed with the missiles, and now he's here to get the missiles. He never took the missiles anywhere. Also, probably torpedoes, not missiles.
Yeah.
I'll kill you if you know who I am. Oh wait, I've already promised to kill you. Never mind.
Yeah.
深入りしすぎた。さようなら、リリーナ。誰だ?
Someone dressed way cooler than you.
怪我はないかい、お嬢さん。大丈夫、ヒーロー。
This is early Relina. It's just the fucking worst. I'm trying to save you. Literally, if I didn't, he would be dead. We saw the trigger pull.
The over dramatic, you know. That's a good question.
Legitimately, you're not.
I mean, he's saying that, like.
You said don't look after she looked. That's how people go blind.
まだやんのか。やはり俺のモビルスーツか。
I guess the torpedoes works exactly like rockets.
これで何もかも終わりだ。任務完了。
Legit, the Gundams would be super weak if just 3 torpedoes took them out. Also, he doesn't know all that well, evidently.
Good question.
やはりキャンサーパイシーズともに連絡がつきません。そうか。ガンダムを一目見た者は生きて戦場から。
Who says that?
Who says
This is
that?
literally the
Yeah.
first encounter. Also,
And you survived.
yeah, I was gonna say, you're
You
proof
saw
that's not true. I think you say that. It's like one of those, no one sees the Black Pearl and survives. Who says that? Somebody must have lived to have said that.
Somebody must have seen the Black Pearl.
So, yeah. I mean, not a bad episode. It's how we're introduced into characters.
Mm-hmm.
We get to meet
And the fact that they
Duo,
don't
and
know each
Duo is
other's
instantly
missions,
cooler than Hero is.
Yeah. And that they don't know each other's missions or even recognize their own. They know that other Gundams exist, but they don't, you know.
Yeah, it's not much of an... Well, we already know that, because remember, the Alliance briefing from Episode 1 was literally to prevent the colonies from collaborating, which means that they weren't collaborating on Operation M.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess just in general, they all knew that they were doing it this day. But yeah, no, I mean, once again, my opinion is that you chose the bottom tier of the Gundam pilots to model yourself after. Like, I don't think Hero is very high on the tier list, but he's just so well known. But Duo, clearly the top. Jesus.
彼は今連合軍の特別治療室に拘束されている。そんなヒーローの脱出を企てるデュオ。その一方でゼクスは地中海の連合軍基地に大量配備されたエアリーズを狙ってガンダムが現れると予測していた。そこでゼクスは新兵器を確認する。新機動戦機ガンダムウィング第3話ガンダム5機確認。
I'm assuming by a new weapon they mean heavy arms is going to show up and not the tall geese. His first appearance is episode 3.
No. Tall geese is...
For my money, the show is only really going to start ramping up once Noin is introduced. And then we get the Noin Zex combo, and that's what I'm really waiting for. I think that has to be early on, because I think Noin shows up when the base gets attacked. I think Hero attacks the base. I thought that might have been one of the introductory episodes of one of the other characters. No, that might be Troa.
I think that military cargo plane, that's where she is at. She's flying away.
No.
No?
No, she gets first introduced to the military base where she's training cadets.
Yeah.
Because that's our introduction. There's no point in discussing this, because, it's kind of spoiling for things.
Yeah.
And also... probably better not to remind you of things you don't remember, the same way I would hope you don't remind me of things I don't remember, which apparently is not a lot. I'm just now recognizing that my problem here is that I think I don't remember a lot, but instantly the moment I need to recollect something, it's just right there. So I don't know anything until I need to know it, and I don't need to know it until I'm having a conversation with you, and then I just instantly recall just about everything.
Still, I mean, it's a lot of fun. So far, it's been a lot of fun. I'm not, I guess...
It's hard. It'd be hard for me to say that you're not having fun when literally I hear you, like... You literally made a noise like that during the episode. Such excited, heavy breathing. I've never heard it from you in a show before. So I know you're enjoying yourself.
Oh my god, that sounded so bad.
It's literally, I mean, you want me to clip it for you? I'll clip it for you. I'll make it a soundbite.
No, thank you. No, I don't want to remember it by that. No, thank you.
Legitimately, though, I was thinking to myself, oh man, did he mess with his noise gate or something? I don't usually hear this much from him. But literally, I heard it this episode. So I'm just saying that to say, for anyone to ever believe that you're not excited for this show, even if at the end of the episode where you're like, well, that didn't suck. And I was like, I heard from you. You were excited for whatever was happening.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is the kind of energy I should have brought to See Destiny. I would have enjoyed it more.
Well, See Destiny really kicked off with some, what's going on here? What's the...
more serious.
Yeah, what's the political play?
Yeah.
What's being set up by these characters that haven't done anything yet and who we don't know is involved with anybody?
Yeah.
Literally, a family gets exploded and an arm, severed arm is laying on the ground.
Bodies everywhere like this. Yeah,
well, there's actually not bodies everywhere. There's literally not bodies everywhere. The only thing that we see is the dad's face and then the severed arm.
No, actually, there is a body, decapitated body.
No, there's not a decapitated body. There's the dad's face, which implies that the rest of his body is still there because it doesn't show anything missing. It's just his face, I'm dead. And then the Miyu's arm is severed, and that's the one that Shin sees. I very much remember it because, one, the episode came out the other day, and I watched the beginning to see what our reactions were, because, that was so many weeks ago.
Yeah.
And also the element I was reminded that I said, or I likened it to Marie's family's death in Secret of Nadia, because it's just bodies on the ground. But again, we don't see bodies. We just see essentially the face.
Good episode. Well, good within its context, because it is cheesy. It is very much cheesy.
It's not cheesy. It's not cheesy, and it's not camp.
And what would you call it?
I said over the top. Well,
yeah, but
Yeah, I think there's a very specific word, and I can't remember what it is, but camp is very different. And I like I already said, schlock is what you would use for action that's over the top. I think generally saying over the top is not.
Ironically, the action is not over the top for the most part.
One element I would say I think maybe is when Duo shoots Hero, and where the bullet would have struck him, but obviously we can't show like a bullet going straight through a kid's arm. It looks almost like the bullet gets deflected off of his skin. I was about to mock it for a second, but then we come back and he's bleeding from the arm. It's like, okay, we did it. I'm not going to say anything. But there's that over topness. Like literally, you see like a flash of light, a flash of light. No, I think he scraped his leg. Do it doesn't shoot him in the leg. It's just
still gonna hurt. It looked like first glance, it looked like he shot him in the knee, but clearly not. Otherwise,
I mean, we'll come back with our notes, whatever. But it looked to me like when he fell to the ground, he scraped his leg. It doesn't because Hero wears shorts too. Duo's multiple shots, none of them were aimed down. So
that's all I gotta say.
Really, I thought you'd have a lot more, given how excited you were.
Oh God.
I'm not mocking you. I'm not mocking you. It's good to be excited. It's a weird noise to make in the middle of an episode, but I'm not going to complain that you were excited. I'd rather you be happy with what we're watching than not. All right. Well, I guess that's everything then. And once again, I've been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?